You wake up early, maybe before the sun even rises. The alarm goes off, you grab your phone, and before you even get out of bed, you already feel behind. You rush through your morning, quick coffee, quick shower, and then straight into work mode. You spend hours working. You do what you're supposed to do. You stay disciplined, responsible, focused. By the end of the day, you're tired, not just physically, but mentally drained. Then the end of the month comes. You open your bank account, you look at the number, and something feels off. You worked hard. You showed up every day. You did everything right. So why does it feel like nothing is changing? Why does it feel like you're running as fast as you can, but staying in the exact same place? That question right there changes everything. At some point in your life, someone gave you a plan, a simple one. Go to school, get good grades, find a job, work hard, and everything will be okay. It sounded logical. It sounded safe. Everyone believed it, so you believed it too. And maybe you followed it. Maybe not perfectly, but you tried. You did your part. But something doesn't add up. Because even after doing all of that, you still feel pressure. You still think twice before spending money. You still feel like you're one problem away from stress. That's when you start to realize something important. The plan wasn't made for today's world. It was made for a different time, when things were cheaper, when one income could support a full life, when working hard actually moved you forward in a clear way. Today, everything costs more, but your income didn't grow at the same speed. So now you're following instructions that don't work anymore. It's like using an old map in a new city. You're not wrong, but the system you're following is outdated. Right now, your income depends on your time. You work, you get paid. You stop working, the money stops too. At first, that seems fair, but there's a limit built into that system. You only have 24 hours in a day. That never changes. So no matter how hard you try, your income has a ceiling. You can work more hours, take extra shifts, push yourself harder, but you're always trading something valuable to get a little more money. You're trading your time, your energy, your focus, your peace. And even then, it still doesn't feel like enough. It feels like you're stuck on a treadmill. You're moving, you're sweating, you're exhausted, but you're not actually getting closer to where you want to be. That's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because the system itself has limits. Now here's something even more subtle. You finally start earning a bit more. Maybe you get a raise. Maybe you pick up extra work. For a moment, it feels like progress. So you upgrade your life a little. Better food, better clothes, maybe a better phone, maybe a slightly nicer place to live. Nothing extreme, just small improvements. But those small improvements slowly become your new normal. Your expenses rise quietly, almost without you noticing. And suddenly, that extra money disappears. You're back in the same position, just with slightly better things. This is why so many people feel stuck even when they earn more. It's not always about how much you make. It's about what happens to that money after you get it. If everything you earn gets spent, your situation never really changes. Another big reason you feel stuck is control, or more specifically, the lack of it. Your income depends on decisions you don't make. Someone else decides your salary. Someone else decides if you get a raise. Someone else decides if your position still exists tomorrow. That means your stability is not fully in your hands. Even if everything feels fine right now, it's built on something you don't control. It's like building your house on land that belongs to someone else. You can decorate it, improve it, invest in it, but at the end of the day, it's not truly yours. And that creates a quiet kind of stress that most people don't even notice until something goes wrong. Here's something simple but powerful. You were never taught how money actually works. You learned how to follow instructions, how to pass tests, how to meet expectations. But no one explained how to grow money, how to keep it, or how to make it work for you. So you followed the only pattern you knew: work, get paid, spend, repeat. But money has rules. And when you don't understand those rules, you end up working harder instead of working smarter. You stay busy, but you don't move forward. At this point, something becomes clear. You're not stuck because you're not working hard enough. You're stuck because hard work alone is not the answer. If hard work was enough, the hardest workers would always be the richest. But that's not what we see. The difference is not effort. The difference is direction. It's about what you're building while you work. It's about whether your effort is creating something that lasts or just something that disappears as soon as you stop. There are two ways to earn money. You can work for money or you can build something that works for you. Most people only experience the first one because it's predictable and immediate. You do the work, you get paid, but the second one is different. It requires patience. It requires consistency. It feels slow at the beginning, but it has no ceiling in the same way. You can create something once and benefit from it many times. It could be content, a service, a product, a skill that scales beyond your time. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. That's why most people quit. But the ones who continue start to see something different. Their effort begins to multiply, not because they work more hours, but because what they created keeps working even when they don't. If this path exists, why doesn't everyone take it? Because it's uncomfortable. Working a job feels safe. You know what to expect. You know when you get paid. Building something of your own feels uncertain. There are no guarantees, there's no immediate reward, and most people prefer certainty over growth. They choose what feels safe today, even if it keeps them stuck long term. Real change is slow. It's not exciting at the beginning, it doesn't look impressive, but it builds over time, like a seed growing underground before anyone can see it. This is where things shift. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need to take huge risks, but you do need to start thinking differently. Instead of asking how to work more, start asking what you can build. Start small, one idea, one skill, one project. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to exist because the sooner you start, the sooner it begins to grow. At some point in the future, you're going to look back at your life and you'll see two versions of it. One where you kept doing the same thing, working hard, staying busy, surviving, but never really moving forward. And another where you decided to start something small, something uncertain, something slow. And over time, that small thing grew into something meaningful. Not overnight, not instantly, but steadily. That's how change happens. So the real question is not whether you're working hard. The real question is whether your hard work is actually building something for your future. Because if it's not, then no matter how fast you run, you'll always feel stuck. And once you understand that, everything starts to change.